Hey, it's day 67. Not a brand road meme, please. I do have several topics to talk about, but I'm gonna pick the one that I'm curious and have think about the most. It's mostly a topic that I kind of ponder about before I sleep yesterday. So basically, what differentiates we humans than the other animals on Earth, and what have allowed us to basically dominate and have the ability to create so many marvelous things that allows the existence of the modern era, like internet, microchips, skyscraper, vehicles, airplanes, rockets. There's so many wonderful things that we have built in our history. I'm kind of curious about that. And after I talked about that for a while yesterday, I think that it's mostly come from the uniqueness of we human as a species, and it's also because of that uniqueness and because we have the space to be able to utilize it that we are able to be such an advanced and advanced and special. Such an advanced species. The thing that distinguishes us from other animals, I don't talk about religious thing here, so no matters about religions or souls. It's about our endurance that help us to outrun the other animals. But the endurance thing is just a small part. The most powerful traits that we have is our ability to think abstractly, and it's also our dexterity, our ability to utilize and take advantage of the outer environment. If you think about that, then our ancestors have used animal bones and rocks to basically make basic spears. Basically, make basic. See, why do I do make such a repetitive phrase? To basically make primitive spears, and that allowed us to significantly increase the lethality, the damage that we can deal upon other animals, so that we became much more dangerous being that way. To think about it, then the two most common pair. The first one is to our ability to for abstract thinking is mostly our capability to imagine new things, to learn new things rapidly, to think rationally for a while, to it's basically for pattern our increased ability to for pattern recognition and also to imagine things. That basically allowed us to think and invented languages and invented new things rapidly throughout the human history. But without the second ability, then our abstract ability, our abstractive think, our abstract thinking would be rendered useless. The second one is just our hand, our ability to create makeshift weapon to manipulate our surroundings. If you think about that, then most animals don't have a spare hand. Most of them have, most of them use all their body parts to move around, but we have our spare hands to grab things and to manipulate our environment. That helps us greatly and enable us to basically manipulate the surrounding, also manipulates our surroundings, and also to store the knowledge the ingenuity that our predecessors have think about into paper, so that the next generation could learn about the ingenuity and the smart things that our ancestors have done, and then like conveniently, and then just build and improve upon that gene upon some kind of smart or genius idea that we have had in the past, and it just become a really beneficial cycle. I say there should be other phrase though. Positive feedback cycle. I'm not sure about that. The thing that I have described are parts of the science and engineering feedback cycle. I should have talked about this topic in a more general state. Yeah, I made the same mistake as the last video. I should talk it in more of general. Have should talk more generally than dive deep into that. Maybe after that I can talk about the history later, just like the early parts of this video. The basic idea is that we humans tend to observe. We use our pattern recognition ability to, of course, to recognize pattern and to think about different kind of concepts and different kind of laws of the universe, and then we can manipulate our surrounding to make tools to better observe the laws of the universe, and from better understanding of our surrounding, then we could use that improved knowledge, that newfound knowledge, to make better tools. And that's the cycle just continue. It's basically our ability to observe, right? It's mostly science, exploring more concepts and knowledge about our world, and then we use that to create better machines, better technologies, better weapons, other kind of stuff. And we use the technologies from engineering gone back to experiments in science, and you had better knowledge, and then just repeat the cycle. It's basically the positive cycle between engineering and science. These two are paired with each other and they complement each other greatly. I would think also, and the reason why our development and advancement has increased exponentially in the modern day, or in the several hundred years, is because of our ability to store more knowledge and to share that to a larger population. If you think about that, then knowledge advancements tend to increase when people are able to travel to different continents and trade in different countries. And when internet was finally invented and applied to the modern words, then the technological advancement just boomed, just blooming. I don't know. I missed the vocab for that, but that's basically what am I saying? I mean, it's opened the world. It's opened the public to access to more knowledge, and it allowed the unfortunate but driven people to learn new things and be able to change their life and to just improve and creating new ideas, creating new companies and more products, and to explore new knowledge. I do lack some kind of word. It's basically to advance the frontier of humanity for knowledge. What am I talking about? Oh, that's it for day 67. Thank you for listening if you ever come to the end of this video. The speech is kind of messy. Yeah, but that's good. I still have much more to improve anyway.